Yep, that'd be my niece. You stay here. And then he went home. Wild the bells sound, loud they sounded over London. And as they sounded, and as he came home, for the very first time in all his life, old Toby Trotter thought they sounded a world of warning. All hope is lost, they seemed to say. All hope is lost. And so it was a morose man who sat in his now empty room. His fire had gone out, it was dark, and the bells still rang loud in his ear. Well, it seemed to him in after days that he sat there long in the chair, and as he sat, it seemed the bells seemed to change their chant. They now seemed to be ringing, "Come to us, Toby, come! Come to us, Toby, come!" So he got up. He went out. He went into the old tower of Nicholas the Avenger. He went up the 108 steep stone steps, quite unlit, to the great oak door that was always kept locked. He looked in, but this time, this New Year's night, it was suddenly open, and he looked inside, and there were many candles, and by the candlelights he saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little wizened creatures with great long noses, goblins perhaps, and when they saw him they called out, "Toby, Toby, Toby, you've come, and now you'll stay with us forever, for you will join us, a goblin of the bells, a ghost of the bells, ring loud, ring proud." And Toby said, "Hang on, I got to go home. I got a wedding in the morning. My daughter's getting married. I can't go up. Can't stay here. I can't stay here with you, Mr. Goblins, ringing the bells." And the goblin said, "Of course you can stay. Anyway, you're dead." "What? How did I die?" "Oh, didn't you realise? You tripped over the stairs. I think it was the 51st stair. And you're lying in the bottom now in a pool of blood. No, you're going to stay here." "What? Don't I get to say goodbye to my Meg? What'll happen to her without me?" "Oh, we can show you that," said the goblins. And they started to ring the chime of memory. And by it, "Oh, I started to see things. There's Meg and Richard. It's tomorrow. But they're not getting married, they're going to my funeral. And Meg's so grievous she can't get married straight away." "Oh, it's changed. There's Miles. Hey, Miles, what's happened to your legs? You seem to... Hey, watch out, the cat!" "Oh, no." "Hey, it's changed again. I'm in a gaudy house. There's lots of painted light. Hey, that one looks familiar. Isn't that old Miles's niece, all dressed up in the nines, looking like a common tart? Hey, what's Mr. Cute doing paying her a sovereign, and where are they off to?" "Oh, it's changed again. Oh, Meg did get married to Richard, that's nice, but his nose has gone bright purple, and is that a bottle he's got beside him? Uh-oh, don't like the look of that. Oh, no. It's changed again. It's a coffin. It's a coffin. It's got Richard inside, and there's Meg, all pregnant, mourning him. And now there she is with a child, going from street to street, and all the doors are closed in her face. There's Mr. Cute closing the door, and Mr. Filmer. Hey, what's she doing? She's going to London. She's going to the Thames. Hey, babies can't swim. What are you doing? Jump. Oh, no. Hey. And seeing the sight of Meg throwing the baby and throwing herself into the water, suddenly, old Job Trotter got up and shouted, "I gotta go home. I don't care about you and your goblins. I don't care about your bells." And he ran at the door, but the door was locked. And the goblins looked at him sadly, and each one, for the very first time in all of human history, each one had a single golden tear on their cheeks. And suddenly the goblin who always spoke first spoke loud and said, "Hang on, it's New Year, it's New Year, it's New Year, it's New Year. Perhaps we can ring a different chime. Perhaps we can ring in a new hope on the world. Ring loud, ring wild the bells of Nicholas the Avenger. Loud they will sound over London's dingy streets." And the goblins started to ring a wild chime, a chime that had never been heard before, and it seemed to Job Trotter, as he stood there by the door, that the chime sang to him, "Do not let fear devour your soul, Toby. Do not let fear devour your soul." Loud the bells sound, until Toby could not bear it. He passed out, and awoke the next morning on the 51st stair of the church of Nicholas the Avenger. He woke up. He went home. There was Meg and Richard on their marriage morn, and he joined them in great delight. And all the while the bells chant, as they do from that day to this on New Year's Day, the chant of Nicholas the Avenger, the old church on the medieval wall. Don't let fear devour your soul. Don't let fear devour your soul. Don't let fear devour your soul. That was Dickens' second Christmas story, called The Chimes.
That was quite extraordinary.
Somewhat epic. And now you're going to give us, just to finish us up, because we haven't got time to do a Porlock reading, you're going to give us what, Paul?
Well, I was going to do The Seafarer, but it's probably more appropriate to do The Dream of the Rood, which is in the style of the Anglo-Saxon riddles, which is basically They're talking from the view of the object itself, so this is the cross itself speaking, and I'm not sure I'll have time for all of it.
And it's the dream of the Rood.
And the light is terrible in here, but and the print is very small, but I shall do my best. Hawayat! A dream came to me at deep midnight, when humankind kept their beds, the dream of dreams, I shall declare it. It seemed I saw the tree itself borne on the air, light wound about it, a beam of brightest wood, a beacon clad in overlapping gold, glancing gems fair at its foot, and 5 stones set in a cross flashed from the cross tree. Around angels of God all gazed upon it. Since first fashioning fair, it was not a felon's gallows, for holy ghosts beheld it there, and men on mould, and the whole making shone for its signum of victory. Stained and marred, stricken with shame, I saw the glory tree shine out gaily, sheathed in yellow decorous gold, and gemstones made for their maker's tree a right mail coat. Yet through the masking gold I might perceive what terrible sufferings were once sustained thereon. It bled from the right side, ruth filled my heart. Afraid, I saw that unstill brightness change raiment and colour, again clad in gold, or again slicked with sweat, spangled with spilling blood. Yet lying there a long while, I beheld sorrowing the healer's tree, till it seemed that I heard how it broke silence, best of wood, and began to speak. Over that long remove, my mind ranges back to the holt where I was hewn down. From my own stem I was struck away, dragged off by strong enemies, wrought into a roadside scaffold. They made me a hoist for wrongdoers. The soldiers on their shoulders bore me, until on a hilltop they set me up. Many enemies made me fast there. Then I saw marching toward me mankind's brave king. He came to climb upon me. I dared not break or bend aside against God's will. Through the ground itself shook at my feet. Fast I stood, who falling could have felled them all. Almighty God ungirded him, eager to mount the gallows, unafraid in the sight of many. He would set free mankind. I shook when his arms embraced me, but I durst not bow to ground, stoop to earth's surface, stand fast I must. I reared up a Rood. I raised the great king.
I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there, which is rather wonderful, because I guess the rest will have to follow. We have been Widsith and Dior Presents, and this has been the first of our 2 Christmas shows. We'll do another one next week. With any luck, this is the news.
Next fortnight.
Next fortnight.
From the Sky News Centre at 10, the hospital